Hello, welcome people back to Let's Play NiGHTS for the PlayStation 2, and we're back to the main menu because every time you clear a level, the game kicks you back all the way to the start, to the Sega Presents.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But the game's, doesn't have... I guess that's the point. You know, it's not supposed to be immersive from dream to dream, because each dream is supposed to be like you get up and you go about your daily life, and then you come back and you have a dream. So, it's meta, you know?
I mean, the idea
Why do they keep stealing our dream orbs?
Yeah, and just in case you were wondering, no, you can never make it back in time.
Yeah. Those jester birds are really rude.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, you can also, if you get lucky, or rather, if you time it very well, you can actually grab the enemies and twirl around them.
Nico. Why is the camera to the side instead of behind?
Because this is a 2.5D thing.
But when it's to the side, you can't see what's coming up.
Yeah, it's one of those. Just have to replay it a whole bunch of times because you're definitely not gonna get it.
But that requires me to remember things.
I'm gonna say it's not very hard to actually remember because the tracks themselves are very short.
Yeah.
The tracks themselves are very short, and also I have to say the controls are really responsive. You can twitch react to a lot of things coming up, and also the fact that this game natively supports widescreen mode even on the Saturn really helps. It was in 1996. It was probably one of the first games. There were some games on the SNES and whatever that did have widescreen mode. But this one was one of the first more popular ones to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember any SNES games with widescreen mode, but...
It definitely wasn't a very popular feature way until the PlayStation 3.
You got an A!
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Like I said, you get scores. You get best scores by pretty much repeating and racking up points, and not by getting a good time.
It's sort of... Well...
Oh, and by the way,
one day.
you may be wondering what the fuck I'm doing here. There's a glitch in this game where, if you get the serpentine thing, that means it's trick time, and in trick time, if you do tricks by pressing the R button, you can do tricks otherwise, but you don't get points for them, or rather, it doesn't seem like you do. When you're in trick time, though, you get scored on doing stunts, and the stunts are all very lengthy. However, if you lean up against a wall, then it keeps cancelling that, but still counting it as if you did it.
That's why you keep getting 9 tricks worth.
Exactly, because I just rub against the wall, and I technically keep doing them, but not really.
Nico, I just rub against the wall and technically keep doing it.
Exactly.
That's gonna go on your tombstone. It's gonna be your epitaph.
And now I have to make it back in time to the goal, because otherwise it's gonna end poorly. What's interesting is you can even run out of time and still make it to the goal if you're... because when you run out of time, you get turned back into a child. However, if you so happen to just be on the crashing course with the goal, it still counts. Like if you just fall into the goal when you've run out of time.
But if you're a child and you have to walk to the goal, that's way too much work.
No. Like none of the stages are too large. But the problem is the moment you hit the ground, and it's not a goal, then you lose all of your points and you have to restart. However, at that point,
much work. Walk.
Yeah, at that point, this is where you restart. Like if you run out of time, I really don't know why they even let you continue, because that makes it absolutely impossible for you to actually obtain a good enough rank in order to actually progress this story. You can unlock every stage in the game just by playing it. However, you need to rank up at least a C in order to unlock the ending.
You talking about this makes me remember that incredible series of what was it called? The Wii Catch. Let's play Catch.
Oh yeah, Let's Catch.
Let's Catch. Did he ever finish that?
Yes.
Because I maybe I was busy at the time, but I didn't see how any of the relationships ended out, and I'm weirdly attached to all those characters.
I still have to finish watching it as well.
Anyway, I didn't mean to distract.
Don't worry.
Obviously related.
One thing I do want to mention about this game was and here Knights became a slave.
Yeah.
And it's being controlled by the child. This is adorable. But yeah, when this game was released on the Sega Saturn, it also had like a very weird, it took advantage of Saturn's weird architecture in a very interesting way. As in, the game was updated the screen 60 times a second. However, the 3D elements updated at 30, whereas the 2D elements selectively updated at 60, which gave
So how did this work out in Eurolands?
Very slow and letterboxed. But with this version, they actually just locked the entire thing at 30 frames. Possibly it was just impossible to recreate that same effect without Saturn's weird-ass hardware, which was full of interesting but ultimately really outdated ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. I think while at the time, it wasn't necessarily good. It's always really fascinating to look back on those things and see how those machines function, what the motivations were for their design, because you end up with sometimes ideas that can be used far later.
Exactly.
Hey, you got an A this time. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes the restrictions cause them to come up with something that would be really useful for specific. This is kind of terrifying. For specific applications in a later time. Yeah, that is. I don't want any part of that. Can you not be near that?
We do have to. This is the one boss in this game that I actually failed, which is why I was so good at this stage, because I had to replay it. The idea is, he jumps on top of these knights, and you have to explode them before they explode, because otherwise they will send a rocket on you. And the idea is you have to basically catch him when he's on one of them. You can actually lock out and kill him right the fuck away, which is why I absolutely did not remember how to beat this fight. Because that's what happened the first time I beat him.
Oh, you just accidentally ran into him, immediately. Got it.
Exactly, this is what I mean, where you can scum the boss fights for a better
69. Sorry, go ahead.
For a better score, like an A. There are a whole bunch of tricks to them which I don't know, but I can sometimes do them on accident. With this one, you just have to make him run out of mice, and then you'll have a much easier time of actually hitting him. And you don't want to get hit because while NiGHTS is immortal, you lose time, and time is necessary, you know, to get them.
What you're saying is, NiGHTS is immortal, but only has so long to live. It's like deep